Hello everyone and welcome to another update on the market. For today, I decided to cover British pound versus US dollar. I will speak about the gold market, crude oil, Bitcoin versus US dollar and dollar index. I will start with the British pound versus US dollar first. So what we have here, this is a 30-minute time frame of the British pound versus US dollar, and we spoke about this key resistance at 1.2780 yesterday. It seems like the market held for some time this resistance, but we never had upside continuation or anything meaningful upside, so the market just returned inside of this consolidation again, and now we might say that this is like a fake breakout, an attempt from the buyers to go above this resistance. So the likely scenario based on the current price action condition from this morning is that we see lower prices towards the downside, let's say towards the support zone around, let's say 1.2700 mark and 1.2680 mark. For anything meaningful to the upside, I would like to see the rebreak of 1.2787 and then hold above in order for the pound to eventually, let's say, retest 1.2825. Now, speaking of the gold is also on the key resistance, so short-term key resistance level around the 2040 mark. We can see that we had a multiply reactions from sellers at this stage. So, of course, one of the scenarios will be the market can reject. I will like to see the market to trade below 2030 and hold below. Then there will be a good chance for 2020 to be on the test, or even 2015. And levels here we can see it's also the key important support zone and the low that we have from here. Now for the upside, I would like to see the breakout of 2042 and hold above, and that will be a good chance for the retest of 2050 or even 2062. In the background, what we can see here, after the news that we had, like in the previous weeks, we had a big range and the pin bar low, so market is still in that range. It tried to trade lower here and it turned back here, so lots of trading back and forth and consolidation after this big impulsive move and big rejection there. Now, speaking of the crude oil is also on a strong resistance, which is like a multi-week resistance, I will say. And anything meaningful, so the chance and based on the current price action is that we might see the downside movement from here, eventual test of 71.83. So we have the low here, and then we have the lows in this point here around 71.30, and of course we have those lows around 70 mark and the 69.20 mark. So that's the most likely scenario for the market to hold this resistance and eventually rotate lower. Now for the upside, I would like to see the breakout of 74.19, hold above, and then there will be a potential retest of 75.30, 75.50, or even 75.95. Now on the Bitcoin versus US dollar, we had lots of rejections from sellers. Lots of responsive sellers are entering at this stage. So initially this was one big trap for the buyers at this stage. The market sold off, but then it regained the power. And we had a retake of this. But there is a lots of tails in the pin bars around this stage. So there will be the chance, especially with this price action here, that market can trade lower into the 44,400. And if we can go below that and trade, hold below that, then there is even chance for retest of 43,000 mark, or even the pin bar territory around 41,000, 42,000 mark. So we have lots of the fake breakouts in the background and pin bars. And that can be a very strong sign for the further downside development. For anything meaningful to the upside on the Bitcoin, I would like to see the break of this, let's say 48,000 and hold above for potential retest of 49,000 or even 50,000 mark. But so far, and based on the price action that we have here, the downside moment is most likely to develop. And we have dollar index, and we can see that on the dollar index, market is trading still around more in consolidation. We can see that support zone is around 102.20 and 101.82, and we have this pin bar territory from 102.80 to all the way to 103.10. So now we are around the support cluster, right? So market is trading back and forth, so there is a chance for rotation back up into the resistance. From other side, there is some bigger drop, and if the market can trade below 101.90 and hold below, there is a chance for, let's say, potential test of 101.35 or even 101.10. And that will be all for this update, guys. I hope that you did enjoy. Have a good trading day and have a good weekend. Speak to you from next week, from Monday.